Hey, 6 Plus here. I thought I will give you all an update on the aftermath of the new treasure map changes and my thoughts and also some limit break expansions that I plan to do. So first let's head in here and so I did 215 runs this treasure map and got rank 51 as you can see, and what I wanted to show you are my ticket gains. So I started out with this treasure map with 0 tickets, and I have 95,000, and this is a lot from a single treasure map session. I usually gain around 50,000, so this is about double the amount, which is crazy. Part of the reason is, of course, the shortened fights with the fewer stages, and the quality of the dropped items are much higher now. Like it almost never drops shards, and they are instead compensated with treasure map tickets. And when you run a buggy captain on those easier fights, you also gain a lot of extra resources in the long run. Take me as an example. If I did 200 runs, that's 400 extra resources. That includes stuff like tablets, tickets, and limit break crystals. So if you aren't running Buggy on your treasure map teams yet, you should. And the other part of the reason why the gains are so much higher includes the new bonus map layout. So let's see how it looks. It looks like this, and it's so good now because compared to before, this new layout is like 2 of the old bonus maps but in one. And as you can see, there's 2 quadrants, and each quadrants now have 12 of those landing spots for the diamond chest. And in those scenarios you are unlucky and only rolls 5s, you're still guaranteed 4 diamond chests. So that's a really good change. And yeah, okay. Let's move on. So let's head into limit break here, and here's my materials that I gained. So I have 1.1 thousand large training drinks now, and I started out with 500 or so I gained 600 of those large drinks. And here in the middle you can see my crystals. I had 0 when the treasure map started, and so I gained around 6 to 700 of each middle crystals. That's crazy. It's so valuable because you need them when you limit break expand your rare recruits, and it's also in high demand when you limit break expand your legends. And on the left side you can see my fragments. Just like middle crystals, I had none when I started farming, so my gain here is around 3 to 700 fragments. But these fragments are very cheap, so it's not a big deal, and you can just buy them as you need. And yeah, that's about that. And alright, so here I have prepared some of the rare recruits that I plan to invest on. I usually give them the keys beforehand, so they are stuck together when I turn on the filter to limit break, as you can see here. Yeah, so let's I think I'm gonna do this Lucille. This is a limited rare recruit character, and he gains fear resistance for 5 turns. And this is very big because he couldn't resist fear before, and when you get feared, you will the enemy will turn off your crewmate ability, so he cannot resist special bind anymore. And usually these kinds of limit breaks are very useful. so I think I will go with him. And I won't feed the tablets today, but maybe in the future. And my second one I'm gonna do is this law right here. He doesn't gain a lot, but he gains slot bind reduction. It's useful, but what I'm after is his one turn of special charge decrease. It's so he would get a 10 turns instead of 11 turns of cooldown, and that can be very useful in the longer maps. For example, the Garp challenges or in the forest. He's a good unit. The third I planned to do was this Buggy. The reason why is that these int units they don't have a lot of choices when it comes to hunger resist. I think they have for rare recruits at least, they have the Utama, which is not very good, and they have the Chobro. He's not very good, but this Buggy is really useful. He reduces defense up and special bind reduction by 5, and he locks your orbs, which is very very useful nowadays. And he also have some orb manipulations. So this is a very good limit break expansion in my opinion. And he also gains 2 cooldown reduction, which is huge. So let's do him. Alright. Then we have next one I think will be this Tsunami. She also gains fear resist, and her special reduces special bind, and oh sorry, not special bind, bind and despair. And but the part that I value a lot is her cooldown reduction, and that she can divide her cooldown reduction in separate instances because she has double special launch. So this is a good investment, I think. It's a shame that she doesn't gain any cooldown reduction, but it's fine, I guess. And the next one is this Luffy. He's very good, but I cannot justify at the moment to invest my hunger tablets on him. So he has to wait, I think. The next one I think is this Killer. He gains barrier pierce, and that is usually very useful when you need it. Also gains a 1 turn of cooldown reduction, and it's very useful because it makes his base cooldown on his stage 1 special to 5, and he is a special charge reducer himself, so the lower his cooldown is, the better. So this is a good investment, I think. And the other one I had planned was this Boa. She gains bind ship resist, but that's not really useful. What we are after though is her cooldown reduction for 2 turns. That's really high. We're not just doing it for her cooldown alone, but you have to look at her kit. She reduces bind and damage threshold, and also resilience. That's really really useful. Especially the bind and damage threshold combo it comes up frequently, and I guess she is also useful for the guard challenge Navy. The turn when you face Kobe and Helmeppo, they put up a damage threshold. You remove it, and then you gain the matching orb for 3 turns. The matching orb buff for 3 turns, and then the turn after, when you enter to the smoker stage, they cannot give you the negative orb debuff. So she's very useful for that reason. And when she is only 11 turns, you don't have to stall as much as before. And I think my final one, I'm gonna limit break here, is this guy. He needs some crystal shards, green. And this is so refreshing when you can just buy however many you want. Yeah. So you can just limit break him. This Kukimaru, he gains cooldown reduction, reducing his already short cooldown to 9, from 10 to 9, and that's very, very valuable. He also has the damage threshold reduction by 5 turns, and he also have a Despair, Paralyze, and Attack Down reducing by 3 turns. That's also a very good combo that you will see around. Yeah, and that's... Oh, and also I plan to do this Luffy also, but maybe later. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I had to say for this time. Oh, and I plan to do my Kisuna teams tomorrow, and also try out the new 6+ Odin on some guard challenges. So look forward to that, and I'll see you